Alright guys, TheZachman18 here. Welcome back to TZM channel 18. It's time for another episode of Learning with TheZachman18. I am back here on TZM TV after kind of a cold. I'm feeling much better now, so let's go ahead and get right to the episode. Today is Thursday, March 8th, the 68th day of 2012. 298 days left in the year. Let's go to today's highlight. In 1862, during the Civil War, the ironclad CSS Virginia rammed and sank the USS Cumberland and heavily damaged the USS Congress, both frigates off Newport News, Virginia. Also on this day in history, in 1702, England's Queen Anne acceded to the throne upon the death of King William III. In 1782, the Nat and Hutton massacre took place as more than 90 Indians were slain by militiamen in Ohio in retaliation for raids carried out by other Indians. In 1854, U.S. Commodore Matthew C. Perry made his second landing in Japan. Within a month, he concluded a treaty with the Japanese. In 1874, the 13th President of the United States, Millard Fillmore, died in Buffalo, New York at age 74. In 1917, Russia's February Revolution, so called because of the old-style calendar used by Russians at the time, began with rioting and strikes in Petrograd. The U.S. Senate voted to limit filibusters by adopting the cloture rule. In 1930, the 27th President of the United States, William Howard Taft, died in Washington at age 72. In 1942, Imperial Japanese forces occupied Yangon in Burma during World War II. In 1944, 2 days after an initial strike, U.S. heavy bombers resumed raiding Berlin during World War II. In 1960, Democrat John F. Kennedy and Republican Richard M. Nixon won the New Hampshire presidential primary. In 1965, the United States landed its first combat troops in South Vietnam as 3,500 Marines were brought in to defend the U.S. Air Base at Da Nang or whatever. In 1971, Joe Frazier defeated Muhammad Ali by decision in what was billed as the fight of the century at Madison Square Garden, New York. Silent film comedian Harold Lloyd also died in Beverly Hills, California at age 77. And finally, in 1988, 17 soldiers were killed when 2 Army helicopters from Fort Campbell, Kentucky collided in mid-flight. That's going to do it for tonight's episode of Learning with TheZachman18. I'm TheZachman18, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.